last question for you on this topic, because this is a biggie, and it's one I've considered. Like Aaron said at the start, you have a young kid, and it's literally or when you have kids, it's a magnifying glass on who you are as a person and the example you're setting. Do you think, say, let's take a 2 to 4 year old, so a toddler to a little kid. Dad comes home smashed, been on the beers, maybe been on the bag, bit rowdy, whatever, playing up, comes home. Do you reckon the kids can sense it? How do you think the subconscious mind develops in a malleable brain when your fatherly figure is intoxicated, sloppy, disrespectful, giddish, as much as it can be fun, giddish, silly, stupid, doing stupid stuff, hurting himself? What effect do we think that has on a subconscious mind if it takes 7 years for the subconscious mind to develop its life patterns? How important do we think it is, even with young kids, if we don't think they understand us from a verbal level, from an energetic level, and a subconscious level when they're around those behaviours? Like this is big stuff. This is the legacy stuff, because as a father, you're in control. For as much as you can control, you're in control of what your child's subconscious ends up like. The environment they're in, the language they're spoken to, the love they feel, the acceptance, the shadows and your own shit that comes through, it all influences the subconscious mind. And that will be the lens that they apply to their life until they are in a position to assess it themselves and change their own subconscious mind. And that's one of the things that fathers really should consider, is that every single action is like playing with Play-Doh. And it's your child's brain that you're playing with. Child's mind. So this is like, I wear this as a badge now, because I want for my child what I didn't have as a child, what I've had to rewire after nearly dying because of drugs and alcohol. I want for my child a fertile environment where he thinks about opportunity and life in a very different manner to what I was as a pessimistic, angry and sarcastic boy. Whether I actually give that to him, that's the next challenge. But that's one of my biggest purposes in life. Do you guys agree? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're vibing that. And this is what this is about, fellas, because look, I'm sure you all love your mates. I love my mates. There are only a select few of mates that I can have these conversations without them going, oh, fucking here we go, Potsy's on again. But at the end of the day, lads, this is how we grow. These are the conversations that help our mind expand. If we're not in rooms, if we're not mixing ourselves with other men who challenge our thought patterns, we aren't going to grow. We're going to keep repeating the same patterns. And you can even think, oh, I'm at a level now, I feel comfy, I feel like I've got kind of some skills. It's a never-ending game. The game of life is always continuing. There's always levels. Like whatever level any of us are at right now, we can 10x, 100x from here in every area. It's the limit that we place on ourselves and the comfort that we eventually reach that holds us back from truly seeking the blood in the stone. There's so much value in life, and when you're a part of groups like this, it encourages you to think deeper and pull more blood from the stone, really enjoy the elixir of life. So that's such a big win, Dion. Such a big win. And this is exactly why we're doing this tonight, is because 90% of men out there won't have these thoughts leading into the end of this week. They're knocking off, finishing work for the year, ready to fucking piss up, turn it up, buy some bags, blow it up, and I'll deal with myself come mid-Jan. You know, cool. 90% of population, 97% of the population will live like this for their entire lives. It's 3% of the population who are self-aware. And when you take that statistic into consideration, that's why there is so much trauma, adversity, and challenge happening in our modern world. We're so disconnected from deeper core values that progress us. And we're so attached to instant gratification and pleasure, like the pleasure, the tip of the tongue stuff. Like, let's get to the gut health, visceral side of life. Let's get to the true beauty of life, which is deeper than just a drop on the tongue. So I got one more question for us. Why do you value these choices that you're thinking about now over the previous year's choices? So what value is there for you to actually be this man? Why behave like this? Why act like this? What story do you want to write this year that differs from previous?